Hey guys, this is Ronish, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the whole email marketing system that helped one of our clients, Sengio, improve their email marketing and generate a lot of revenue just through emails. All right. So basically, Sengio sells these balms, which is basically used by the older age people, which is targeted to older age people, and which basically relieves their body pain, their body ache, right? So let's go to the next slide. And so the main challenge, so basically there was not much of the challenge for Central, right? The whole email marketing system was completely messed up. They were not running any kind of flows, but they had the pop-up up and they were running one or two campaigns which generated barely 1% of the total revenue from emails, right? So they were leaving a lot of money on the table. And when we first look under the hood at Senjo Store's email marketing, we saw the same thing we see the most e-com brands doing, right? Email was barely moving the needle, and because again there were no flows set up, and they were running one or two campaigns a month, right? Which is very poor. And pop-ups were getting ignored. They had a pop-up on with an incentive, but no welcome series, basically, which was completely a messed up situation for them to generate any revenue from the flows. And in number three, very low engagement, low conversions, and zero system in place, right? So yeah, so basically we stepped in and built their whole email marketing system from the ground up. There was no reason this brand couldn't be printing money from email, but the strategy was missing. So we built one, right? Because the product was great and they had a decent percentage of customers returning to buy the product again without any email marketing system being placed and any kind of retargeted ads being run, right? So everything was great. They just needed a ground up whole email marketing system that could help them increase their revenue from 1% to up to 25% a month, right? So let's do a breakdown of the revenue before and after they started working with us, right? So basically, we didn't do any kind of tweaking in the subject lines or did email hacks to improve their revenue, but we rebuilt Senjo's email marketing starting from the flows starting from the pre-purchase flows till the whole campaign strategy for the whole month, right? That is how we build the strategies for Senjo's email marketing. And before their their email revenue was completely a joke, all right? There was a barely 1% of total sales from emails. And again, that was from the campaigns that they were running, one or two campaigns a month. And after they started working with us, they started getting 25% revenue just from emails, and 40% was from campaigns, and 59, almost 60% was from email flows, right? So getting to the next slide. So the flow strategy that we built for them was not that of a complex one, but a very simple and a very strategic one, all right? A very logical one. Because looking at the brand, it is basically a store that sells a product that could be replenished and can have a lot of loyal customers for the store and increase their customer retention rate by a lot percentage, right? So the stage one, capturing and nurturing new leads, which we call pre-purchase flows, and this is basically a welcome series, all right? And we created a day, like day one to day five, around five email sequences for this flow, right? So the first one begin with the welcome welcome copy, like welcoming the customer, the first time subscribers or the new visitors, and started and slowly building that social proof in the second email, third email, and building that trust for them to convert, right? And in stage two, recovering lost sales, checkout, and browsing behaviors, right? So a lot of time what happens is people add their email in the pop-up and they add all the information, but they don't convert. Basically because maybe they got distracted by some other brands, right? They saw an ad of some other similar brands that were selling this kind of BAMs, and maybe they added to cart or they forgot to buy the product, or there might be like issues with payment methods, and maybe there was no guarantee in the store or something like that, right? So basically, we set up a flow, which are four flows: abandoned cart flow, abandoned checkout flow, and browse abandonment flow, and site abandonment flow. So in cart flow, which basically triggered 30 to 60 minutes after cart abandonment, right? In that flow, we included all the objections that a customer could have, right, about shipping and about basically guarantees, right? There was a 90-day money-back guarantee that helped customer convert, right? In abandoned checkout flow, which basically triggered after checkout is started but not completed, right? So this is a very crucial flow that you need to set up because, see, the customer almost bought the product, but they just quit the site, right? So you need to set up this flow. Maybe they forgot, maybe they changed their minds. So we need to incentivize them by giving a certain amount of discount and make them convert, right? And in order for browse abandonment flow, so what happens is people, the customers go to the site, they browse the product, but they don't purchase the product, right? So we want them to convert. So that's why we create a browse abandonment flow, which triggers when someone views a product but doesn't add to cart. And site abandonment flow triggered when a visitor leaves after spending time on site but without taking action. Just think about this, right? Like someone adds the email in the pop-up, they view the site for a while, they see the reviews and everything about the product, but they don't convert, right? That's a very sad thing. So we need to build a site abandonment flow for them to convert. And in stage three, this is the most important part for the profitability and for the retention rate of your brand, right? So this basically is for the audience of the recent buyers, and the goal here is to deliver a smooth post-purchase experience, encouraging repeat sales. So there are around 6 flows that we set up, and in number 6, there is thank you and transactional emails sent instantly after purchase. So this is to make sure that the customers who ever just place the order don't get confused about where their product is at the moment, where their product is if their product is being shipped or not, right? And the thank you email is basically like sending them and appreciating them, and maybe you can add an upselling, cross-selling product if you have any. So we did not added any kind of upsell emails in our email because we already had an upsell and cross-sell email flow differently that was running up, right? And transactional emails that basically is about the shipping information where the product is at the moment, if it's being like shipped from the warehouse to the customer's house, right, or the customer's location, right? So, and what this does is transactional emails basically improves the deliverability of the email because a lot of customers, they are very eager to know where their product is at the moment, right? So whenever the email comes from the brand, they just open it, which is basically the transactional email flow, and their open rate and click rate basically improves the deliverability of the email. And in number 7, which is review request flow, which I will be explaining further in this video, which gets triggered 7 to 14 days after delivery. And in number 8, there is upsell and cross-selling flow. Again, this is a very important one to retain your customers and improve your AOV, overall AOV of the brand. All right. So this is basically triggered after 3 to 5 days after purchase if no refund request is there. If someone charges back, then we don't send them this flow because it will just ruin the reputation of the brand. And in number 9, there's recognition flow, and this really works for the supplement and other kind of products that can basically be replenished after some time. All right. So for products that run out of over time, triggered based on expected usage cycle. So Senju yeah, obviously it runs out after 60 days as we talk with client, and we basically created a flow that is sent after the 60-day of fulfillment of the product, and we have generated a lot of revenue just from this replenishment flow, all right, which is a pure profit without any, ads or anything, just a pure profit from this flow. And in number 10, we run VIP flow for repeat purchases, which is triggered after second or third purchase. But in our case, we have added second purchase, and yeah, which basically helps the loyal customers convert. And in number 11, there is refund request flow, which is triggered if someone requests a refund. So if you want to reduce the refund rate of your store, then you can incorporate this refund request flow, which actually helps us really lower down the chargebacks of the store. And yeah, basically improve the overall brand's revenue, right? So let's go to the next slide. And for the campaign strategy, which we basically call S4, we segmented this into 4 weeks, all right? The S1 is week 1, S2 is week 2, S3 is week 3, and S4 is week 4, basically, all right? So in S1, which is week 1, season, provide great content and value. So basically, we don't want to be sending, in email campaigns, we don't want to be sending, the discounts and sales every time, right? We want our customers to trust us and believe in us. So that's why we need to send them values. All right. So the goal here is to build trust and offer value before asking for anything in return. Tone here is educational, value driven, and non-salesy. So basically, we send them emails that contains a lot of tips, all right, on how you can improve your body health, all right, the exercises that can reduce the pain in your body, those kind of emails. And in S2 Steamer offers something in a subtle way while still providing value. So in this week, in second week, what we do is we do offer them a lot of value, right? Still, but we offer subtle discounts and incentives for them to convert, right? And in S3, which is week three, what we do is we start addressing customer objection directly and offer them incentives. So solve common objections and problems and also send them some discounts. And in S4, this whole week is about sales and discounts and urgency and scarcity. All right. So the S4 is like works this whole like S4 thing, it works really well for us, right? So you're building this trust and you're giving this values to the customers, they're trusting us and they're believing in us and they're like loving our content, they're engaging with our emails, and at the end you're saying that your product is about to finish and there's a scarcity of the product, and basically it helps convert a lot. So the week 4 is the week that we generate a lot of revenue from our campaigns, right? And the campaigns that made banks. Not all emails are created equal, some hit, some flop. So basically not all emails generate these amount of revenue. All right, to be honest, there were emails that generated the revenue of $1,000, $1,200, 1,100, right? So these were the ones that actually worked. Basically, these are the campaigns that we sent in the end of the week, so end of the month, right? The last week of the month. So the campaign one here is generated us around $4,000, and campaign two generated $2,000, and campaign three here generated around $2,800. So the thing that we notice here is the emotional triggers that made customer take action and timing and segmentation, right offer, right inbox, and right time, right? We tracked all the timing, like which send time worked better for us in terms of open rate and click rate, and hooks that stop the scroll, right? Basically, what are the hooks that really interest the customers? What are the contents that make the customer stop and read the whole email? And the pop-up that converts like a slot machine. Pop-ups can either print money or piss people off. Senju's, it wasn't doing either. It was just sitting there. Basically, there was just a pop-up with an incentive, and they were not running any kind of welcome series, so there was no revenue being generated from emails. So we engineered it. Instead of generic 10% off, we tested a quiz-based angle of the pop-up. We tweaked the copy to hook people immediately. Mobile first design because 80% of traffic is on mobile, obviously. Result, pop-up submit rate shot up to 7%, driving thousands of extra leads. So basically, this was the pop-up that we created for Sendgeo, right? So this is a basically incentive. We are adding an incentive of 5% discount. And also we are asking them to choose one of the option, right? So what happens here is whenever someone goes to like joint pain and stiffness, what happens is they are segmented to a separate segment called joint pain. And for muscle soreness, same goes for muscle soreness, chronic aches, and something else in my mind. So basically, this helps us understand the customer, like what kind of customers are coming in the site and the pain points, what are the pain points of the customers, right? So we segment them like this, and in the campaigns, we craft our campaigns specifically for these segments. For example, if it's for muscle soreness, then we sell the angle of the copy would be for muscle soreness, and if it's joint pain, the angle would be for joint pain likewise, right? So yeah, and the next slide, the Genius Trustpilot review flow and campaign. So our team member, one of our copywriter, made this idea. So basically, what we did is people trust real customer reviews, but Senja's Trustpilot rating was made. It was around, I think, 2 was their overall rating in Trustpilot, right? So we engineered a smart flow to tilt the odds in our favor. So we sent them an email flow, all right, where we included 1 to 5 stars, and whoever clicks on 1 to 3 stars is sent to a Google form or private feedback, and whoever clicks on the 4 to 5 star clickers, there's like they will sent to the Trustpilot. So like this, we did have a lot of complaints in Google form, but at the same time, we did get a good result on Trustpilot. Yeah, I'm being honest here. And the impact again, Trustpilot rating improved to excellent, 4.3 stars, started with high star reviews, boosting brand trust, right? And writing emails that make people buy, not just open. So most e-com brands spam buy now emails. Every time you see your email, you might be getting a lot of emails called buy now, like shop now with all the discount codes and incentives, right? So we took a different route here, right? Instead of flashy discounts and lazy sales emails, we wrote emails that actually connected with the customer. So the main purpose of the email is to be very personalized with your customer or being very connected with your customer. Right? Storytelling that made the brand feel human, messaging tailored to different customer types, strategic psychology to trigger action, urgency, exclusivity, and trust. The result was higher open rates, more clicks, and more sales. All right. And how we made old customers buy again. So see, as you can see here, we increased the returning customer rate to 14.33%. There is a slight down in here because it's the last 7 days. There was a slight down in the return rate, but overall we did get 14% returning customer rate, right? So most brands chase new customers by ignoring the easiest money sitting right in front of them. Your best customers are your past buyers. Our strategy was VIP exclusive, made customers feel like insiders. Personalized offers, not just 20% off, but this is for you. Email campaigns and automated replenishment flows, which generated a huge amount of revenue. And the result, more repeat purchases, higher lifetime value, and profitability through the roof, right? And how we slash chargebacks and shipping complaints. So basically, again, we incorporated a flow, transactional email flow that helped us reduce chargebacks and shipping complaints, right? Chargebacks equals profit killers. Senju was losing money because customers were confused about their orders. Our fix was proactive transactional emails, setting the right expectations for our customers, right? So now one order confirmation, clear, instant, no confusion, right after they place an order, we send them an order confirmation email. And number two, shipping updates, regular touch points, no panics, right? Right? Like 2 days, in gap of 2 days, we were sending them these emails, this because, and we have added this whole email in a flow sequence and transaction email. And in number three, support links in every email, made it easy for customers to get help. So by doing this, we got fewer chargebacks, more trust, and happy customers. So yeah, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments, or you can contact me in or DM me on IG or anywhere. Thank you.